No way it started recording on its own. Okay. I have a setting. If I show my hand to the camera, it just starts recording or it starts taking a picture. It didn't even let me. It didn't even let me prepare myself. Okay. Welcome to a new video. I know it's been long since I made another one. But I don't know. There's really no reason. There's no particular reason why I haven't been making a new one. But I guess it's kind of the same concept that I take time these days just to recalibrate myself with the new energies or with the new shifts that come up in my own life. Which brings me to a topic that I really want to talk about, but I'm still staying open for this video. I'm staying open. I'm gonna let anything and everything that has to come in, any messages that have to come in during this time, because I know that I have to speak about one topic, but I would love to speak about other topics or other conjoining topics that might show up with this one. It is really hot, you guys. It's so hot. Like since the last 2 days, it's been extremely hot. And I'm having matcha. Okay. So I'm gonna actually, you know what? Let me just see if the topic that I wanted to speak about comes up. We're gonna do keywords, okay? We're gonna do keywords, and we're gonna see what rose quartz, by the way. Rose quartz, stop. Okay, I think I should talk about it. Rose quartz. I did not know. I just read empathy and I was like, wait, but it's pink. I'm not wearing my specs, so I was like, oh, wait, that's rose quartz. Because it says rose and because it's pink, I'm going to speak about the topic that I wanted to test if it shows up, which it did. The first card is rose. I spoke about this in my last video and I spoke about you being a rose. But I think that this topic or this particular phase, I wanted to say phrase, this particular phrase needed a much deserving video of its own. So here I am. I'm gonna speak about that. If you haven't watched my last video, I think it was the last video or it was a video before the last one, I spoke about you being the rose. And I'm wearing a flower today. I have the orchid on my tea. I spoke about you being the rose, like you vibrating at a frequency of rose, because roses are the only flowers, I presume, I'm not sure though, correct me if I'm wrong, roses are the only flowers that vibrate at a really high frequency that even humans don't vibrate at. So the fact that spirit, universe, God, source is actually comparing you to a rose, meaning that your vibrancy, I wanted to say, I heard vibrancy, that your vibrancy is that of a rose is a really big sign, and it's huge, it's honorable, because think about it, it's almost like a sign of success that you have been, because you have always been in the trenches, you know, like I heard the trenches and I heard like something that's really underground, like you've been in those trenches where your frequency was obviously not vibrating at a really high speed, almost like Wi-Fi, like internet, but you have been in that space, and for you to finally be able to hear the fact that, hey, finally you are vibrating at such a high frequency, the frequency of a rose. Look it up. I think it's 558 hertz. I'm not sure, dude. Just look it up. Look it up. I don't remember, but I do remember that, yeah, roses vibrate at a high frequency. So you are the rose. And this whole week, I have been noticing quite a lot of pink roses. Like everywhere I go, there are pink roses. And I wore a dress a few days ago. It was like a pink dress. And it made me feel like a pink rose. And the moment I stepped out, I kept getting this message that, oh, look, you look like that pink rose. You look like a pink rose. So pink roses are very significant. And I feel like there's this emoji, like a pink flower. I think it's cherry blossom flower, because, well, the emojis really don't have a pink rose emoji. but they do have a pink flower. So that particular flower has been following me around everywhere. Like, I thought it was just me who's finding it attractive. But this morning someone replied to me, replied to my comment, a comment that I made on someone's artwork, with a rose and with that pink flower instead of a heart, and that spoke to me. I was like, that's a confirmation. We really need to speak about that. I'm just gonna shuffle this one last time. I'm gonna get the keywords out. What is this message gonna be about? Because the fact that you are vibrating at the frequency of a rose means that you are literally at the peak of your energy. And there is a quote I wanna make sure that you understand. I heard specimens. A lot of specimens. I wanted to say a lot of specimens. That's so weird. But you get it. Y'all are just specimens. That sounded so rude. So a lot of people have this tendency to have a fear of the fact that, well, I am at my highest right now. What if I fall? What if I fall? What if I hit my lowest soon after hitting this high? People, you might have heard the quote that if you go up, you gotta come down. Or if you're going up at a gradual rate, you have to come down. Even the stocks in the finance market, they go up, and then as soon as they hit an up, they do come down. But speaking about the stocks market, here's the theory, or here's the truth actually, that just because you are going to the peak, it doesn't mean you're going to drop back to a version of yourself that you no longer want to exist within. It doesn't mean that you're going to go hit the lowest frequency or the lowest vibration that you've ever been in your life once again. It's never going to happen again. You're out of that phase. You are out of that particular maze. You're out of that maze. You're out of that loop. You're out of that labyrinth that kept you lost. You're out of that space. So that is very significant, because once you're up, you're up. You will only evolve further. You're only going to evolve higher. You're not going to go low. I do want to say that just like the stock market, have you noticed that they don't say highs or lows? They say the highest low, or they have terms, right? So the highest low doesn't mean that you're down here. You're just a little bit down here. So the point is that never be afraid of kind of coming back down from your high, because it's not going to be bad as you're expecting it to be, or the version of bad that you really fear or that you know about, the trenches. You're not going to go back in there. You're never going to go back in there. So it's just like a teeny tiny low from your high. It's your highest low. So if ever you do come down, and please be mindful of the fact that every time you do come down, it's not because you did something wrong, or the world. I'm seeing like the world card in my head, like, you know how the world card switches up. So every time is it the world, or is it the I think it is the world card. So every time the wheel of fortune, sorry, I'm seeing the wheel of fortune, not the world card. So every time the wheel of fortune card, every time the wheels turn, your fate changes. Your fate, the tables turn every time the wheel turns, right? So it's like, I actually lost what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was saying that, so every time you do come down, it's not because the wheels are turning and you're gonna end up in shit, or it's your time to face the shit again. No. Every time you do hit your highest low, it's because you need to gather some more information to hit your next highest high. Get it? You're just learning, you're recalibrating. Maybe some trigger came up and you need to I don't know, like, be your best version again and again, which again, it circles back to the main message that you will forever be evolving. You're never gonna regress. You're always gonna, what's the opposite of regress? Upgrade? Regress? Progress. It's progress. You're always gonna progress forwards, okay? You guys, my phone is at 15%. Like, I feel like I want to hurry up, but then because I don't have a charging port, like, anywhere, like at an arm's distance. It's not even at an arm's distance from me. I don't have a charging port near me. I'm gonna have to do this quick. I hate doing these messages quick. Like, I love sitting and having a chat with you guys, but see, I knew it was gonna coming. What am I saying? I knew it was coming to this point where universe is gonna be like, you gotta get excited because, oh my god, you are vibrating at a high frequency, and that means you are attracting opportunities. You're attracting things that are a match to your frequency because you're vibrating at that high frequency. It's like, you know what I'm getting is that you've always dreamt of a certain like a space, a venue. You've always dreamt of a particular area. I also want to say, like, okay, so the version I'm seeing in my head, what I'm seeing in my head is like museums, art galleries. I'm seeing that stuff, right? They're just showing me art galleries, which is significant to me. But what is significant to you? What is it that you've been dreaming ever since you were a kid, right? And those spaces are from a very high frequency. Like, to reach that, you gotta be someone of a very high frequency. Art that you produce, this might find artists, okay? So the art that you produce is a reflection. Art is almost like a sigil. If you know what sigil magic is, it's all about symbols, right? So art is a sigil in itself. You are literally pouring frequency. You're pouring your frequency. It's an immortalized piece of your soul, an immortalized piece of the version of you that made it. It's an immortalized piece of the feelings that you were experiencing while you were making that painting. So, and whatever you create, right? It's like universe wanted you to reach this high frequency so that now that you have this stage in front of you, now that you have this venue, now that you have this, I think stage is the right way to describe it. Now that you have this foundation that could hold you as you speak up, I'm seeing the throat chakra glowing blue. So as you speak up now with this vibration that you carry, you are going to be fulfilling your dreams because you deserve to be there, because you hold the frequency that deserves and is capable of being there, of standing there. So, wait. Let's get more cards. I did get my tarot, but I don't really know if I'll be able to use it because it feels like I have really low charge, and I want to make sure I give you guys this message before my phone dies. I don't really like leaving things incomplete. It makes me sick. Contentment. See, dude, you are entering, it's like, you know what I'm seeing is that I'm seeing like almost like a, you know the atom. Do you know the structure of an atom? So an atom has all these orbits around it where other electrons or forgive me, I am aware of an atom structure. It's just that I forgot the words. Was it neutrons? Electrons? So you get my point, right? I just can't seem to remember right now. Like, I swear it. I know it, okay? It's part of astronomy. It's my thing. I know this. I should know this, but I don't know what the word is. Right now, it just seems to escape my head. So the point is, oh my god, what was the point? Yes. So I saw this, like, I saw just like the structure of an atom. You know how all those electrons are like dancing around the atom? So I'm seeing that, but I'm seeing it in pink, and I'm seeing like almost like smoky lines like gliding and sliding around you, like they're orbiting you in speed and high speed, and that's what your frequency looks like. And I'm seeing like this bulldozer energy, like you're just in speed, and you're just ready to tear open roads. You're ready to tear open your way. You're ready to and you don't have to do this. The point is that you don't have to do this. Your frequency is doing it for you. God is doing it for you. Source, God, universe, however you want to call it, okay? They're doing it for you. You don't have to do anything, and that's the beauty of it, that you're absolutely at the mercy of the universe and in the mercy of your frequency in the highest good way. I don't mean it in a negative way, if you know what I mean. It's so hot. It's like there is absolutely no wind. It's only heat. Like the last week it was pretty good because it was sunny, it was hot, but at the same time you'd have cool winds coming in. But today, nope. It said no. Oh yeah, significant colors are pink and purple. I'm also seeing yellow, so I think yellow is also very significant. And it was all yellow. Okay. That song just started playing in my head. So yellow is very significant. Truth. I want to know more about truth. What is it about truth? Oh. So, okay. So it feels like, okay, I think I was right when I saw the truth card. Something did come up to me and I was like, maybe I should say, but I was like, no, wait, let's just confirm it. So with the truth card, what it feels like is that you will be presented with a lot of truths, right? Your frequency is calling in for things that resonate with you. Your frequency right now is going to be blocking out anything that does not deserve it. Any energy, any person, any sort of anything that's not in your alignment, anything that's not in alignment with your frequency. So it's gonna block it out. So if you've been noticing that people have been blocked out of your heart chakra, or people who have been blocked out of your life, people who have been blocked out of situations, out of contextual, I heard like context, maybe like environment, like in your physical reality, if people have been blocked out, they just left, you had an argument, they left, they didn't like something, they've been acting weird with you, it's for a reason, because they no longer align with you, they're not vibrating at the frequency of that. So what I'm getting is that because of this cleaning process that your frequency is doing, inhibiting right now, what's happening is that you're going to be presented with truths that have been probably hiding in plain sight, or have been hiding pretty what's that word, with a lot of conviction, or with a lot of planning, words that strategically, yeah, that's the word. The truths that have been hidden from you pretty strategically is coming up, and you're gonna be given truths, divine truths, right? People might come up and tell you something that they've been wanting to tell you, because you deserve to know it at this point in your life. And what Spirit wants you to do is, Spirit asks you to be a little open-minded to this truth and accept it with confidence. And what I mean by confidence is that this truth is going to be so high vibrational. You're going to want to, you know what I'm hearing is that you're going to want to have to grab earth by your pussy. Grab earth by your hands, grab the grass, touch some grass, ground yourself. You're gonna have to grab earth by the grass to literally ground yourself, because this truth is gonna require you to show up as that high vibrational being that you are right now, to accept that truth with confidence that yes, I am. Thank you so much for speaking this truth to me, and yes, I accept it, I am. You have to feel that you gotta believe that you are capable of receiving this truth, or you have to actually, because you know what, this high vibrational truth could come in the form of a confession. It could come in the form of a proposal to be a part of a big project, to be a part of a big organization, something that's going to benefit generations and generations after you, or something that's going to make an impact so huge it's going to touch a lot of souls, right? And to you're going to have to accept this truth with confidence and confinement. I heard confinement, but what this means is I think probably in secrecy. So when this does happen, don't go out blowing your horn, okay? Don't blow your horn. Keep it in for a while until you know it in your heart that you're ready to let the world know about it. You know what? The world ain't gonna be jealous of you. People closer to you are gonna be jealous of you. People who know you, who have seen your journey, are gonna be the first people to feel a little triggered by how fast things turn for you, or how fast the tables turn for you, okay? So take it in confinement, take it with confidence, because when this does come to you, don't think that you're not capable of this, or why is this coming towards you? It's coming towards you because you are capable of this. So accept that truth with confidence. Okay, and I have a feeling that this reading is almost over. Okay, okay. I knew what this word was gonna show up. Success. Something of, okay, citrine, right? So the crystal called, there's a crystal called citrine. And that is very significant, especially because we have a new witchy festival coming up. What is it? It starts with an L. I'm sorry, I don't remember the names quite easily. It was a very difficult word to pronounce. I'm not gonna lie. I really did not know how to pronounce it. But it's a new festival. It's not new festival. I mean, it exists, right? But it's the timeline between summer and some equinox. It's between the summer and autumn equinox, so it marks that particular timeline. And I think there are many symbols that are you need to carry forward with you during this time, approaching and after. I think it's August 1st. It happens August 1st. So actually, you know what? August might be a very blessed month for you. August is going to be a very, very blessed month for you. And July feels more like a preparation, more grounding, more preparing, more meditation, I guess. Like opening up your throat chakra kind of thing. July is literally preparation for what's coming up in August, which reminds me of a quote that, well, I made up that quote, that what happens in July is going to determine your August, okay? Whatever happens in July is gonna determine your August. Take it how you will. Because don't try to think ahead. Take it one step at a time, because the steps of the path ahead is gonna be shown to you one by one. So take it one by one. So what happens in July will literally... Oh, sorry, I got interrupted by my sister. Stop it. Don't laugh. So simplify everything this month, okay? Don't take it as something that's really... Okay, I know it can sound really overwhelming when you hear the word success that's coming up, or the fact that you will be given a truth to literally take up confidently, like a crown that you deserve. Don't be overwhelmed by it. So I think the message here is to simplify everything that's coming, because you are very much capable of it. And it's like riding on the waves, you know. The waves might look scary to a person who doesn't know how to ride them, or a wave of that size might look very scary to a person standing on the shores, but you are the one who's actually riding the waves. So you are pretty much aware of how to ride these waves, right? So you're not going to feel the impact of how great this is, or I think you might not get that overwhelmed by this. But in case you do, in case your human the human aspect, or the 3D reality, your human side does start acting up and does start getting nervous, or gets really has anxiety, or starts worrying about the next steps, or how are you going to handle this, how are you going to do that, how are you going to do this. Remind yourself of the frequency that you're vibrating in, and remind yourself of the fact that you know how to do this. Your soul is aware of how to do this, and you are made for this. Which again brings me to a song, I was made for loving you, baby. So it's like, I was made for loving you, baby. So you were made to do this. So that is very significant because you were made for doing that. You were made for doing this. You were made for doing everything you're doing right now and the things you're about to do. That was the message. That was it. I'm gonna sign off with my matcha because it's ridiculously hot today. Oh my god. And this top, thank god I'm wearing this because this is pretty light. I don't know. I was planning on wearing another top and that was so thick. I would have had such trouble recording this video if I wore that. Shit. Okay. Bye bye.